What's going on, guys? This is your boy Random Guy Kevin. This is Thoughts of a Random Guy. We talk about many things dealing with love, dating, relationships, adulting, life's ups and downs, and the ever-evolving world of just being a human. Don't forget to check me out on all your favorite social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Today's topic is about when are you having kids? And my co-host for this episode is
Glen.
What's going on, Glenn? Thank you
Hey.
for joining me for this topic.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
And being that you already have a kid, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you really heard this growing up, but it's like when you reach a particular age as an adult, your parents already hit you with the, okay, why aren't you dating? Where are the kids at? Why haven't I met someone? And it's funny because, I mean, I'm Haitian. It's one of those things where they don't want you interacting with other people in general. And then when you become a certain age, they're just like, okay, where are the kids at? When are you getting married?
Where are my
what's happening?
grandbabies?
Yeah, literally, it's like, bruh, like, hold on, calm down. Like, you literally bugged me about not having kids, not having sex, not dating anybody, but now you want kids
Yeah,
after
now
I get, yeah,
a few years later, you're like, oh yeah, where are the kids at? Where are the
yeah,
grandkids at? When am I gonna be a grandparent?
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like that. It's a wild piece of life, and as we get older, we are people are having kids at different ages, and as we're dating and we're getting older, you meet those people who already have kids. There are single parents, or they had a situation, and they had a kid, and now it's either you date them or you're not, and it's like I don't know. So let's start off with talking about entering a relationship with someone who has a kid. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, I mean, I'd start off by saying it's a lot of work. Um, you basically have to do your due diligence because you're not just going out and you're not just trying to date somebody and take them out and woo them and get them into you and see if they're into you, because you have that extra dynamic of now you have to see if you get along with the kid. They
Mm-hmm.
want you to they want to make sure that you're going to be, if you're going to be around them, that you're going to be good and taking care of their kid as well. There's kind of like an expectation that you're going to have to take care of both of them, and a lot of people aren't interested in just, they want to just shoot their shot, see how it goes, just see if that person's right for them. But now they
Yep.
have to worry about, I gotta buy this kid McDonald's. You gotta worry about birthdays, holidays, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not just about the person you're dating; it's also about their kid as well. Once you get introduced to the kid, and funny thing, like I've dated women with kids, and I'm super picky. I'm not dating anyone with a kid, but you have to meet certain standards if I am going to date you. And it's like, if I am going to date you, then it's like, all right, I got to know the situation, because I've heard too many stories of, people dating, people with kids, and like baby daddy or baby mother still in the picture. They still fucking them on the side,
Yeah,
and but they want to be with you. And it's like, that shit is weird.
yeah, it's just extra drama for no reason. And then, I
Like,
mean,
I'm
you
not
have
I'm
people who are like into that and they thrive on drama. They love drama every day, but it's not for me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not jumping into anything where you're still having sexual relations or doing anything with your child's father or child's parent in this, like, that shit's wild to
Yeah,
me. I'm
like
sorry. I can't do it.
like it's one thing if you're just co-parenting and you guys are just doing it, like you're both, you're going out to dinner and it's strictly platonic at that point, like you guys are over it. That's one thing, you're doing what's best for the child. um but yeah, if you're just still somewhat romantically involved or just trying to get something out of them, it's gonna cause problems.
No, it's gonna cause so many problems. I'm like, bro, like, this ain't it. And I'm like, I've dated certain women with kids, and I'm like, all right, cool. I don't mind being a stepdad. You're a vibe. And I know if you're a vibe, your child's probably a vibe, and they mind their business, they chill. You don't have any relations with whoever you're dealing with. But the thing is, if you are still like fully involved with the other parental unit, for your child, it's very interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. I won't put myself in that situation because why do I need to do that? And I think that other person is preventing you from moving on with your life. If like you guys decided to be just co-parents, like go live your life. Why are you still
100%.
stuck on that person?
Yeah. Again, like if you're doing it and you're doing what's best for the kid, and it's kind of just like if it's like, you work something out, baby daddy or baby mama, and you're like, oh, you get him on this week, you get him on this week, you get him on the weekends. I'm gonna take him to you're gonna take him to Disney. I'm gonna take him to Splish Splash or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Something, as long as it's kind of scheduled and it's worked out and it's not kind of just run of the mill craziness.
Yeah, no, another thing is, entering a relationship with someone who doesn't want a kid. I've seen it so many times where people are just like, yeah, I don't want kids. And then people get into that relationship thinking they can change someone to make them want kids. And it's like, yeah, nah, it's not happening. Like for me personally, I want kids. I'm going to have kids no matter what, whether it be through surrogacy or whoever I'm dealing with. I want kids. And that's just the bottom line. I don't care who I'm dating. I'm sorry, we're going to have kids. I mean, granted, it'd be on your time, whenever your body's ready for it. I still want my own kids. And to enter into something knowing that somebody doesn't want kids, why are you going into it? Nothing you do can change somebody's mind sometimes. I've heard stories of people, changing other people's mind. But at the same time, when people say they don't want kids, they don't want kids.
Yeah, I mean, people, I don't know if it's kind of like a narcissistic thing or controlling thing, trying to change somebody to benefit you. Some people just have their minds made up. I mean, for me, I went into a relationship with someone who was older than me, and they were ready to have kids, and I was like, nope, not happening. This before I had my son and everything, and before I entered that second relationship, but I was like, hey, it's not gonna happen. I want kids, but at that time, I was like, not then. I was not comfortable with having kids. I still wanted to live my life a little bit. I want to go out on vacation. I didn't want to feel like I was hindered and kind of tied down. And it led to a lot of fights and arguing, and I was just like, all right, well, it's clearly not going to work. I don't want a kid at this point in my life. You clearly do, so we're going to have to just part ways, everything will figure itself out. And then even with my second relationship, when it came to, I still wasn't ready to have a kid, but things worked out the way they worked out. It wasn't planned, but it's something where I was just like, all right, this is happening. I just got to step up and do the right thing.
I mean, and that's the thing. That's how it be sometimes. Like, we never know when we're ready for things, but when they do happen, it just happens, and you just, at the end of the day, just leave it in God's hands. He got it. You'll work it out.
Everything works out.
Yeah, everything works out, and it's like, if you really don't want a kid, use protection, use something. Don't have sex. I don't know. Keep your shit to yourself. But the moment you start interacting and engaging with somebody, you know what the repercussions are. Like, what you're developing.
Like, especially when you start to get older. And I'm, at 1 year could be one thing, 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road could be another thing. I know my son has he has some strange, because he's a sweet kid. He's a nice kid. He's not, he's a pain in the ass sometimes, but like recently we've been going out to barbecues, hanging out with friends now that he's older, and he, and we're seeing friends that were never, like, past couple years. We're like, no, I don't want kids. I don't want to deal with kids, because they worked with kids in a certain setting, and they dealt with younger kids, and they're like, it just kind of set in their mind that they don't want to deal with these brats. They're never having kids. And then they meet my son, and all of a sudden, like, not, a couple months after we were hanging out at a barbecue and they're hanging out with my son, they're like, "Oh, we're pregnant."
Now they want to. I mean, that's sometimes what it takes for them to be around children, babies, and all that, and they're just like, damn, this kid looks like you. I want a kid that looks like me too. And it's like,
Yeah.
My culture, it's like after a specific age and getting to specific achievements, you're expected to have a kid. You know how much kids cost? We ain't even talk about that yet.
Oh, a lot.
We ain't even talk about how much kids cost, how much to have kids, how much to live with these little things, running around. No.
You have to feed them.
We ain't even get to that part. You feed yourself and you feed your partner. Like, now you're adding another body to the equation. Another body, another 2, another 3, another 4 bodies to the equation. That's a whole nother thing. And yes, we're never ready for these things. But you can always account for when you're ready to take that next step. And a lot of people just be fucking, we're just gonna wing it.
Yeah, my son is 7 years, almost 7 years old, and I feel like I'm still winging it.
Damn, he's 7 years old now?
Yeah, it goes. And everybody says this, and everybody always told me this, but yeah, it goes by fast. It's crazy.
Have him pay bills. Fuck that,
bro.
Have your child pay bills. Get them in the model or something. They need to pay bills.
6, 7's good because now's the time where I can be like he's walking around, he can pick stuff up, he's getting big and strong, and I can be like, all right, now you clean up your toys. Yeah. You throw your stuff in the garbage. You throw this stuff in the dishwasher. Like, I can get him. He's like a little gremlin. I can get him to do things for me. It's great.
Yo, go get my little drink out the closet.
But yeah, getting into like, there are a lot of people who, again, like when I talk about winging it, like people can tell you all you want. You could watch videos, you can read books, you can, take all this advice from other parents and even your own parents, grandparents, whatever. But still, when it comes down to it, and you are like, the kid is born and you are just winging it, trying to figure it out. People will help guide you if you're lucky to have that support system. But you're still just winging it. Everything's like frantic. The baby has a little bit of a fever. You're like, oh, you have no idea what to do. Like, you got to take it to the doctor, to the hospital. You got to figure out what to feed it, when it needs to go change it. It's crazy. Just figuring out all this stuff.
I mean, I live vicariously through my friends who have kids. I will go see their kids and be like, oh my God, you're the cutest thing ever. And then once the kid starts to like fuss, here, go back to your parent. Go back.
Oh yeah.
I'm the father that gives the kid back to the original father.
Yeah, I love my son, but I hate kids. I'll be courteous, but like some people's kids, especially when we're all hanging out, like, I can't. I'm glad that, like, I'm not taking that kid home with me.
Yeah. I mean, because the way we were raised growing up versus some of these kids now, it's rough. Some of them need a hand to the ass real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And
but you can't
to get checked. Go sit in that corner.
You can't do that nowadays. A lot of people, too, like, especially nowadays, a lot of people like are just letting the phone or YouTube or Netflix or whatever games they have on their phones just kind of parent their kids so that they can, it's good. If you want to get a break, you need to sit down, relax for a little bit. But a lot of people just like have their kids on a tablet or phone or in front of a screen almost the entire day. A lot of kids aren't getting outside, and again, it's good if you need a little bit of a break, but 5-10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, but yeah, all the time is wild.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of kids are growing up without consequences. So a lot of them are doing like crazy shit out here in the streets. So it's one of those things, like, again, having a kid, that's a responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And you
gotta take responsibility for your kid.
Anytime my mom like, yo, when you have a kid, do you have kids' money?
Oh yeah.
Do you have kids' money? Because I don't have kids' money. I got money for myself.
Yeah, that was like the first thing. Was as soon as I found out we were having a kid, I was like, all right, I gotta, figure out, get some extra money, get a better job, whatever I have to do, just like make sure that we're stable
Mm-hmm.
and don't sleep on baby showers and stuff like that because people give you so much stuff
Mm-hmm.
and it helps out a lot. But if you're not, and it's like little things too. If you guys aren't gonna breastfeed, formula is expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and diapers and wipes.
Diapers are super expensive. Listen, like, I tend to buy my friends' diapers. I go to BJ's, buy them joints in a pack. I'm like, bruh, why are these so expensive? I don't understand. This is the only thing I'm getting. Because this is probably the thing you're going to need the most. I get the big 120 pack. They have the 120 and the 240 packs. I grab them bitches. Diapers are dumb expensive. And I can see how people make money in the baby industry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, having a kid is expensive. It's like you're spending an extra $80,000 a year.
Oh yeah. Between toys,
Yeah.
and even just little things like kids start to get their teeth in, you get the teething toys so they can chew on stuff, kind of help with that pain so you don't have to hear them upset all the time. It's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot to figure out.
Again, when it comes to entering a relationship with someone with a kid, you have to have the mindset of, okay, this person has a kid. Am I willing to be a step parent? Am I willing to deal with the other parental unit? Because if you don't have those two mindsets of, yeah, I want to do this, don't do it. I don't care how cute somebody is or what they got going on that seems great. If you don't have the mindset of, okay, they have a kid, they have another parental person with them, I have to accept both of those things. And if you can't accept both, don't do it.
No, yeah, it's a lot, and especially if parents are separated and nothing was kind of worked out beforehand and figured out before they split up. Now you got two different like schools of thought on how to parent each other's kid. So then you're gonna have to deal with the other parent who's gonna, maybe get upset at you because you disciplined their child, and it may have been okay with your significant other, but then if the other parent hears about it, or sees like a handprint on the kid's behind, like, then they're gonna be confronting you about that if they're not all on the same page. It's a lot. It's a lot to juggle. You got to juggle just forming this relationship with your significant other, with this person. And you got to form a relationship with the kid. You got to form a relationship with the other parent. And then if they have somebody, and then not only that, then it comes to you're dealing with everybody's, all the grandparents.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
No, it's a whole lot. It takes a whole lot of communication, a whole lot of work. And then those people who get into relationships with someone who doesn't want a kid, and then proceeds to like, all right, let's get married. Maybe that'll change their mind.
You just set yourself up for failure.
Word.
It's like the definition of insanity is was doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome.
And I think that's a crazier thing. All right, I'm dating you. Hey, I want kids. I don't want kids at all. Okay, bye. We don't need to talk anymore.
Yep.
Like, we don't need to talk anymore. My end goal, like, I definitely want to have kids with whoever I'm dealing with. If you don't want kids, bye. Like, why are we still talking? Why are we still having this conversation? Oh, but you're cool, you're cute, you have a go. No, you don't want to have kids. Oh, I could possibly change my mind. No, you're not definite about it.
No, yep. If you're looking long term, you got to think long term. You got to.
Word.
If it's something short term, you just want to, fuck around. Cool. It is what it is. But long term, it's all about you gotta think for yourself. You gotta be a little selfish. and think about what are your long-term goals in life and
Mm-hmm.
where you see yourself in the far future.
Yep.
And if that person is not willing to work with you, or that person is not willing to enrich your future, you don't see your future, a happy future with them,
Yep.
it is what it is. Sorry, there's plenty of fish in the sea, is the old cliche saying, but there
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. No, I agree. There's a lot more fish. Again, it's like when people get like, oh damn, this could have worked out. I mean, no. Bye. Good. I'll find somebody else. It's always people don't realize how easy it is. There's more people out there that definitely want to have kids, that want to start a family. Some people don't want kids at all. And literally, I've dealt with somebody like that. And like, I dealt with somebody like that who, at first, she wanted kids. And then later on, when we talked more and, hung out more, it was like, yeah, I don't really want kids. All right, why are we talking then?
Yeah. All right.
Like
Well.
it's like it sucks. It sucks to get to a point where you actually like genuinely like somebody and you guys are sharing feelings, but then it's like, yeah, I don't want kids. Then it's like, I know I can't change your mind because I came into this thinking you wanted kids. Now you don't want kids. Yeah, you know what? This might not be it, boss. I'm okay, and it's easy for me to cut ties and move on. There's like you said, other fish in the sea. Somebody else that would make me as happy or more happier and want kids. But again, when what comes with kids is a whole lot of fucking bills and responsibilities.
And it only gets like you start figuring out the easy stuff or the early on stuff, and you got a handle on it. Like I have one kid. I'm okay with my son. I'm okay with one child. I don't want any more children. My son is a lot of work,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't imagine now having to split my attention with another child
Yeah.
and having two kids like, oh dad, look at this. Oh dad, look at this toy. Oh dad, help me with this. And it's just like complete chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So the people who have 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, I applaud you. It is not for me. You are doing a lot of work, a lot more work than I am doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild, especially having so many kids.
I agree. And as we come to the end of this episode, do you want to provide any additional guidance for these people that want kids, that don't want kids, that entertain people with kids, or entertain people that don't want kids?
If you're gonna do it, do it. If you don't want kids, don't do it. Use a condom. Be on birth control. Get an IUD. Get a vasectomy. Get a hysterectomy. I don't know what to tell you. If you don't want kids, just save yourself the trouble and make sure you use protection or just stay abstinent, I guess.
Yeah.
If you do want kids, again, my son is great. I love my son. It's a pain in the ass sometimes. They're going to be a pain in the ass at times. You just got to be patient. They're a little version of you. They pick up on stuff that you do. And you always, the whole goal is you want to raise your kid to be a better version of you in the future. Stick with it. It's hard. It's a lot of work. It's like getting yelled at by your boss every day, nonstop, except the boss comes home with you and wakes you up at 2:30 in the morning, standing at the edge of your bed, scares the shit out of you because you wake out of a deep slumber. I'm not here to convince anybody one way or the other, but again, my son wasn't initially planned, but he's like my best friend. He's my little dude, and
My little dude.
and I would, knowing what I know now, I would do it all over again, and
Mm-hmm.
but it's something that you have to work on and be in the right mindset for.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of mature, I would say.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for hopping on here, Glenn. But that's it for this episode. You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Don't forget to check in, and I will catch you guys on the next one.